So the good news is, hi everybody! Welcome to the Sunday stream where I draw Bootleg Cookie, and I do it in advance, in public, first of all to keep me on track, and secondly as a little treat for you guys. That's the good news. I'm just gonna post the rules real quick. I am severely annoyed today. As you guys remember, yesterday I had a live stream because it was the first Saturday of the month. I do the color challenge. It was very fun. There was something I did not mention to you guys because it was not an issue at the time. It is now, especially today since I'm going to be doing some digital work. I broke my tab mate. If you guys can't see, the barely visible little trigger button usually is very visible. Hi, Paul. So what happened is that while moving my microphone around, I hooked the wire of the microphone onto my tab mate, which fell on the ground. So after the stream, I had started working a little bit on a cover for the Barbarian Queen Charybdis Kickstarter, which will premiere soon. And I noticed that these two top buttons were working only half the time. And usually I use this for undo and redo. But then I went and tried to use this button, which I use for my lasso fill tool and to swap between lasso fill and selection tool. And that's when I found out this button is completely busted. And I'm fiddling with it right now. It's really in there. There's still a little bit of resistance, but I can't pull it out. So that's not working anymore. So basically, it's a little early in the stream to be saying that, but I'm not monetized. So I'm a little bit fucked. The good news is that I still had a bit of free money on my credit card. And by free I mean loose. And this is an emergency. And of course they're out of stock currently in North America, so I had to get an imported, which raised the price by practically half, so I just spent $145 Canadian on getting a tool that is like extremely important to my work. Right in the middle of working on Power Trip and Barbarian Queen Charybdis on top of Bootleg Cookie. What does this mean for the stream? I'm going to be working a little slower than usual, at least until the 20th. So I don't know if it shows right now, but I am extremely pissed off at myself. Then again, just from regular use, the click wheel was broken since this summer, so it was just a matter of time. I just wish the time wasn't right now. So yeah, that's why we're not talking about art today, because I didn't do any for myself yesterday. I did do the sketch cards. I only have 2 right now because 2 already sold. They're packed. They're waiting to go out and be mailed. And I did get this that I showed off yesterday, so that was cute, at least. Teeny tiny fake decorative Copics. That it turns out Copic Official tweeted at me that they were excited that I got the whole collection, so there's that. You know, you gotta pick your battles sometimes. It's just that this battle, kind of wish I hadn't lost. Not at the price it cost me. Work is not grinded to a halt, it's just slowed down. And I am not happy about that. My whole arse computer stopped working this morning. Oh, on top of that, hi Coco, wonderful! We're having a great weekend, aren't we? Fan-freaking-tastic. fan won't spin, so it refuses to load. Turn on. If we're lucky, it's an easy fix, just to resolder the wires, but I'm not there to fiddle in it, so not even sure it's the kind of computer you can open easily. Either way, it's annoying. So we're just gonna scoot that over here. Now I'm going to move that here so I can actually read my script. And we are going on my main screen and hoping we don't struggle too much. Boop. There we go. At least this part I made real sure to work on yesterday after the stream. Just gonna drop you guys some sylphs. Plus, on top of that, today is the first day where I switched to the new medication. See that force of habit? My eyes went straight to my tab mate, but it's broken right now. I'm gonna put it way over there. At least I still got my companion mode on my phone. So I'm gonna struggle a little less that way. Still gonna struggle, just a little less. I got the parts, just hope the tools will load. Come on. I want to see the rest. Work. It's not soldered, just screwed. Oh, even better. That sounded sarcastic. I hope it wasn't. Because the easier to fix, the better. You know what I mean? So, just before we started, went and got myself some juice. And during lunchtime, I ate lunch, obviously, but I also worked some more on the Tears of the Kingdom. I got 3 spots left to unlock in the depths. And right now I'm more focused on trying to clear off the rest of the Yiga hideouts that I missed. And I knew I was failing and got what is hopefully the right part. Well, it better be the right part. I'm gonna make it the right part. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. Thank you. I just haven't had time. Yeah, that's understandable. I don't even want to try to crack open the tabmate to try and see what piece I broke. It's like when I broke my third-party PlayStation 2 controller. PlayStation 1, I should say. Working on a PlayStation 2. Whichever. It's a PlayStation 2, the backward compatible that I have. CPU heatsink fans have to fit the motherboard and have the right connector pins on the plug. So basically like the connector in an S. I have to replace the CPU fan. Well, replacing an entire fan is usually pretty easy, from what I know. This is so uncomfortable without having my tabmate in my right hand, because everything else I have to do with my left. But like I said, I am slowed down, but I am not grinded to a halt, so I'm still going to do this. Of course, there's some people that are going to ask, well, what if she was right to worry about that? There is actually no history of Alzheimer's in the family. None. So... we do have a tendency for certain cancers, but the ones that have vaccines for, I have the vaccines, and the other one I get checked regularly. but no Alzheimer's in the family. I did say I went to get juice. I'm gonna drink my juice. Gotta keep myself in as best a mood as I can, considering the circumstances. I am very, very, very salty about this. Mostly because it's my own damn fault. A little less, please. Thank you. I mean, when push comes to shove, I can draw with my right hand with my mouse. So... not a lot that can actually stop me entirely from drawing. I'm gonna put this as some tiles because by now I know the names of the colors. The basic bootleg cookie palette is very small. And so is my patience. Oh, this is awkward. Because I'm used to changing my my nib size on the fly, and now I can't do that right now. Well, we got 5 viewers today. That's not bad at all. Hello, other viewers who have not spoken yet. I should be getting the new tab mate on the 20th. It was quote unquote out of stock. Learn to English on Amazon.ca, so I had to use Amazon.com. And I don't have Prime on .com, only on .ca. I had to pay for shipping on top of that. It still would be nice if electronics company would just give us different colored electronics. Like for a decade we were stuck with beige, then for a little while we had actual colors. Now we're stuck with either gray or black. I would like a return to the colors. And if I hear one more word about colors not being professional, you are going to get my unprofessional foot up your professional ass. That's what's gonna happen. With this childish desire to look grown up at all times. It's making the world visually boring. So Five Nights at Freddy's is gonna come out on the 27th of October, I think, isn't it? I don't think I'll be watching it in theaters, because by the time it gets here, it's probably going to be in November, for starters. Like, it needs to be something I really want to see if I want to bother myself to go to the cinema. We have one room. The parking space is about as big as the parking space at my house. And it's on, like, this 45-degree hill. Oh, something happened. Thank you, Annan. Annan saw me struggle with my pencils yesterday. Not that my sharpener is not good, because I could feel myself slightly change the angle as I was sharpening. That's why I'm hoping an electric sharpener with a timer on it would be gentler on my pencils and break them less. Because even something as simple as a Staedtler Non-Repro blue pencil, I have to import. There was literally one shop that sold them here, and after I bought their entire stock, they didn't reorder anymore. So yeah, that's the kind of situation I'm in when it comes to art supplies. But thank you very much, Annan. Oh. Thank you. At the end of the day, if I break my pens less, it's going to save me some money. My pens, my pencils. I'm gonna start sharpening pens, oh my god. It's been a while, so I'm going to draw the old phone. Not like people are going to make the difference because the most recent iPhone is back to two camera holes instead of three. My favorite part of Mom's diagnosis is when she got it, and then she mentioned I existed. First thing the doctor said, oh, they must have struggled so much at school. ADHD is hereditary, so they must have struggled so much at school and trying to study at home in silence, and Mom was like, I didn't do my homework often, but when I did, I actually did, but it was a struggle and I never, ever studied. I just could not focus. But trying to do my homework at home was a struggle because I would be working a little bit, then watch a little bit of TV, then go back to working a little bit, then, to like calm down my brain so I could refocus. And of course, Mom would come in every single time I was happening to be looking at the TV, tell me to stop looking at the TV, and that would reset my brain, and then I had to restart the loop, which would slow me down for my homework. So imagine trying to study like that. Mom would expect me to study in silence. I couldn't study. Would reread the same line several times over and still not remember it. But at least with homework, all you had to do is write some stuff down, and then you'd be done with it. Instead of trying to remember stuff. I still don't see the point of homework, personally, because you spent all day working, and then you go home when you're tired, and they expect you to still be working. Like, I have a set schedule during the week for working on comics. And none of my writers expect me to work beyond my quitting time. But it's because of stuff like homework that a lot of bosses think they can get away with calling you at home and get you to do even more work. The brain needs to rest too. And you're denying us that. Then you're surprised there's so much anxiety and exhaustion in the world. And dehydration. Let's have some juice. My hair is too long. I haven't had it cut since August. It's annoying me verily. Is it Thanksgiving? What day is it? 8. I think it is. That's because somebody just wished me happy Thanksgiving. And I never know when it is. Because in Canada, Thanksgiving is a month before, so we can pretend that we came up with it. Homework only makes sense if it's like a book report or something you can't do in class. They wanted us to revise what we learned in class that day. I'm thinking, are you that bad of a teacher that you need to make sure that we remember on our own? That you don't trust your own skills to have taught us? The problem when I say teachers is that some people think I mean all teachers. No, I just mean the unqualified bitches that used to work at the elementary school. Like we all know I'm talking about the first grade teacher that slapped me across the face, or the fourth grade teacher that decided that I was the devil. Her behavior is part of the reason why I stopped doing my homework regularly. Because all I learned from that was that no matter what I do, I was going to be punished anyway. So why put in the effort if I'm then going to be told that I didn't put in the effort? Also why I react so violently when I'm being called a liar. And that's why when I lie for comedy purposes, I make really sure I'm super obvious about it. Like a really bad actor. It's also because of that I do my best to have a paper trail, because we all remember when Eric told me that I miscounted the consoles because I made a bootleg cookie out of that one. And I was like, I miscounted consoles. Mind explaining to me how I managed to do that? Because I did not count the consoles. And I can prove it too. My initials are not in the little card. You made us put our initials on the little card in the section. And I did not count the consoles. We got like 15 at a time. Then he was like, oh, maybe it wasn't you. Yeah, maybe it wasn't me. And that was back when I had very little to no confidence. I was pretty good at faking it, but I had none. Just that after a while you get really tired and you realize there's always somebody that's going to get mad at what you're doing, so might as well do what you want. Especially when, as an adult, another adult, an adultier adult, if you will, told me that if I didn't do what they wanted me to do, that they would tell on me on my mom. I was in my 30s. What exactly do you expect this woman to do? Like, can't you threaten me to tell on my boss like a normal customer? Hope you guys weren't expecting her to spank me, because that's an only tear. That's an only fan tears. Cue adults furiously googling all of a sudden. I don't have an OnlyFans. And even if you really think I would hide it from my mom, I would have her help me with the taxes. Yeah, but I can ruin your reputation. Have you seen my reputation? There's not much to ruin there. Nib is still going good. I'm pretty sure I'm on the AliExpress bought nibs right now. Because the real one started sanding down super quick. The current screen protector that I have is glass-like instead of paper-like. Like my, back when I had the 21 UX. So it took a bit of work, but the plastic nibs are back to normal. I had a titanium nib, but I was drawing so hard that it took chunks out of the previous screen protector. And back when I didn't have a screen protector, I managed to scratch off the anti-glare by drawing normally with the regular nibs. Which is why I'm practicing on painting, so I have a lighter touch. And I stopped destroying this weak-ass tablet. Mais là, ça va bien. I'm looking at this comic, and I'm actually thinking of a completely different event. Back when I was in the group that was supposed to teach us how to get jobs and stuff like that, one of the group members had a cancer scare, and she was worried, and I mean seriously worried. She didn't have her official results yet, but they apparently had found something. Just so you guys don't worry, she was fine. It was just a scare, but at the time, she didn't have answers yet. Just that her doctor had found something, and she was waiting on her results, and she was losing her mind out of fear, and one of the supervisors just told her to shut up and suck it up. Like, we were young adults here. We were not kids. We were not teenagers. But this is how they talk to us on a good day. Well, I say they. It was the one girl. We had 3 girls that were supposed to be teaching us. And there was this one girl that had no empathy or sympathy whatsoever. Mom is melting. She is melting. Because at the time she had recently been let go of her job because of quote-unquote stuff being forgotten. And like, I could see the patterns. So that's why I have some doubts that she was forgetting her work. What was probably happening is that customers were getting like really nasty, because that was around the time of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, wink wink, and blaming it on her and stressing her out, which caused her to doubt herself. And after a while it caused her employer to doubt her, and then they let her go, which was really hard on her. Cancer scares are awful. Had one for my ovarian tumor. Yeah. And Mom had one of those too. Remember the bootleg cookie where I was holding this life-size, for me, because I'm short, this life-size teddy bear, and I hurt my shin. I knocked my shin on that little twirly thing in front of the beds and fell down. That was from her getting a hysterectomy. Because they had found something in her uterus. They found cancer cells in her uterus, but it did not mean necessarily, well, precancerous cells, they called it. And it did not mean that she had the cancer, but she did not want to take any chances. And hey, I get to keep her a little longer, so I'm not complaining. Of course, I didn't talk to her the way I talked to her here, because here I knew like 120% that she didn't have Alzheimer's. And after that, Mom, how come you knew? I have it. I researched it. How come you researched it? Because I have it. It's a thing we do. Yeah, but I zone out when you guys talk to me. Yeah, you've always done that. But I do this and I do that. None of these things are recent changes. And the more she kept listing things that she thought were Alzheimer's, which, if they were recent developments, could have been. But she's been like that the entire time I've known her. So it wasn't that. I don't concentrate. Yeah. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. Like, there's not gonna be a test on it later, so you don't bother remembering that. That's why a lot of time when people ask me certain questions, I will say I did not know there was going to be a test. I didn't study. And the amount of time it took me to convince her that when I say that she's not interested in what I have to say, what I mean is her ADHD is not interested in what I have to say. And I'm like, that's why you don't remember stuff I tell you. It's not that you don't care, it's your ADHD doesn't care. But you're going to have to care eventually. Because if you don't listen to me, you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. For those wondering what the hell I'm doing now, It's a quote-unquote new thing that I've been working on with Power Trip to try and avoid little white spots by technically replacing them with black spots. Because sometimes even with the best of intentions, I still get some white spots here and there using the fill tool. Now, this is where it starts getting seriously uncomfortable. Because I do not have access to my shortcuts. So basically what's going on here is that this is a black layer that I've temporarily colored blue so I can see what I'm doing. And once I'm done doing the flats, I will turn that black layer back to black, and then I will merge the layers together. And we won't have little white spots this time around. Plus you can see I can do some circles outside of the limits of the mask and nothing happens because it's a mask. For those of you that work with Procreate, you got masks too, if you didn't know. Because I do not know the level of art of everybody. There is a limit to my omnipotence. What are we today anyway? And then the 8th. It's not gonna take too long to get my tab mate. That's all I'm going to be talking about because I need it real bad. It pretty much allows me to work at the speed I want to work. Which was also a problem I had at school. I was not allowed to go at the speed I wanted. I think one of the few who understood was David Le Templier. So what he did, he took away my 5th grade workbooks and instead gave me high school workbooks. And he literally told me, you take these, you work at the speed you want, and when you're done with one book, you bring it back and you give me another one. And I had a lot more fun in that English class than the other ones. And when talking about stuff like that, people will invariably assume that I mean, they think they're so smart, they think they're better than everybody else, they always complain they can't work fast enough. Look, I'm neurodivergent, okay? I am not in competition with everybody else at my age at any point in time. If I was, I would be as miserable as you are. That you have to talk shit about me to make yourself feel better about your failing grades. Or your child's failing grades, depending. Because you can never remove the asshole adult from the equation, can you? Bamtone is a new, because it's the first time I see that album cover. Bamtone is a new creator for this chiptune station. For those wondering why I'm using chiptune station while I'm doing art, well, it's because I like it. I like chiptune music. And I don't see myself trying to draw the stuff I draw using aesthetic ukulele music or something like that. I don't think it's ridiculous, period. I just think it's ridiculous for me. A lot of people can make it work. No, we are not playing that tune. We are not there yet. Bah. Try to reach for my tab mate again. I hate this. I want my tab mate back, tab mate back, tab mate back. Trying to do a baby back ribs ad parody song. Oh, he is a little harder with the word tab mate. Speaking of little hard, I am struggling. Holy jeez. Like, I am trying to unclench my jaw as we speak. Yeah, okay, 2 weeks. Starting now. But I don't know when they're going to ship it, because it's not shipped yet. Blah. Wrong layer, Crunk. There we go. Miss when she was worrying this entire time. Like, this was weeks by the time we got the answers. And then she comes back with the results like, oh yeah, it turns out, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, you don't say! I am not diagnosed. But I should get around to it. And the fact that I haven't gotten around to it by now kind of proves it, doesn't it? While I'm here, I can do the sweat on the hair and the skin. Very badly, apparently. I'm gonna try that again. Get back here, you. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. We all look like we're wearing hospital scrubs. Okay, so that was the color of my phone at the time with the black cover because it was magnetic and it fit into my red wallet. Mom just had a clear cover for hers. I think she had the same color as me. Right now she doesn't. Hers is purple, mine is gold. But like I said, it doesn't really matter to me what color my phone is because I slap a cover on it like immediately after. You saw me bellyache over $145. Imagine if I went and got a plan, because that's what I do usually, a 2-year plan for the phone, and then step out the store and crack the screen. I don't think so. I do not think so. Knock on wood, I have yet to crack any of my screens on any of my phones. I'm just doing a little something cool with the top, seeing as these were 4 different events. And then just Mom having a meltdown in the same 5 minutes. We are, however, going to be wearing the exact same color pants because we found one color that works on us and we are keeping it that way. I'm gonna have another sip. Then there's just some white I want to fill in before I start thinking about the backgrounds and word bubbles. This is really, really good. This is strawberry and watermelon off-brand Kool-Aid. I think it's my new favorite flavor. Sorry about constantly cracking my fingers. It's my thing. Not me constantly trying to reach for the tab mate that I do not have anymore. For the record, because somebody's gonna complain, the little bikinis are actually skin tone gradients. I am not downloading bikinis on the asset store. This is one of those things where I have to specify because I don't know if you guys know about a writer or an artist's search history. It can be very questionable when we're only looking for a certain pose or the way something is drawn. Some of the keywords we have to use, yeah. Like seriously, one time for a project, I'm still not sure, I'm probably gonna have to look it up again. I wanted to know how to make a noose. And the first five results from Google were self-help numbers and website. And I'm like, no, I swear, I'm okay, I swear I'm okay. This is just for a visual for something. One of these days, Google is going to send the cops at my place. At least I know this shortcut. How come you don't know all your shortcuts? Because they're surprisingly hard to find. If you're looking for Photoshop shortcuts, you get like 3, 4, 10 pages on Google looking for an easy to read keyboard design with the shortcuts on it. Doing that for clip, that's not gonna happen as easily. I know I tried. Oh, we're almost done, folks. Thanks for doing your show today, even without your device. The comic looks awesome. Thank you. Like I said, it didn't grind my work to a halt. I'm just annoyed and slowed down a little bit. Like, you know what stops me from drawing? Half a pneumonia. That's what it takes. As long as you guys are entertained. Oh, did you hear the in my voice? It's about time I finish. Speaking of worried, even if the settings are set on the software itself and not on the controller, I am worried that I'm going to have to reprogram my new controller all over again. Finding stuff to be able to program it later on is kinda hard on Clip. Alright, let's look. Just gonna add a little something. There we go. Yeah, we're good for today. So as usual, as with every end of stream, extra special caramel drizzled, rainbow sprinkled, gold flecked thanks to our supporters Amber B, Paul K, Miss Anavis, David F, Marianne J, Supreme Crimson Leader. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. Next live stream is going to be Sunday the 15th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time as usual. Looking forward to see you there. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. Had a lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys next week. I love you all, and bye-bye.